on our birthday, and grateful for all of the blessings that we have been able to do in the interest of service to our community and to Jamaica land we love. In terms of introduction, my name is Stephen Gregg. I'm the president of this organization. Privileged to be so, and I obviously have not been here for the 61 years, but Kingston Club leaves a very rich legacy that I'm proud to be associated with, and proud. And this evening, we're going to try and highlight or revisit some of that legacy with our reflections and aspirations of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. And we have quite a few distinguished Kiwanians who are going to who are joining us this evening and who are going to be part of that celebration, which is obviously culminating with our feature presentation by District Trustee Leighton McKnight. All of you who have heard DT Leighton speak know that he's a very spirited speaker, a very down-to-earth, a very, I was going to use the word humble, but a very, I don't think that quite captures DT Leighton, but he's a very down-to-earth speaker, and I'll always appreciate and enjoy when he speaks, and I'm looking forward to his presentation later on this evening. In terms of my duty at this point, I'm just going to share with some of our guests and obviously our Kiwanis Club of Kingston members some of the activities that are going on, so that you're aware of our ongoing activities that KCOK is doing at this time. First of all, I do want to, if those of you are not aware, this week is also important because Key Club in Jamaica is celebrating 100 years of service. That is from 1925 to 2025, obviously. Key Clubs has been a part of service, 100 years of service here in Jamaica, and Kingston Club has been privileged to be part of that celebration. As you know, there are a number of Key Clubs that we have sponsored over the years, as well as created, and you'll hear more about that later on as we speak about 61 years of Kiwanis Club of Kingston. Also, in terms of activity, I would like to mention PDT Ralston Nunes. I think I saw him online, who I know is recovering. Godspeed. I know that that you're supposed to be taking it easy, but we recognize your presence this evening, and we wish for you a speedy recovery, and we're glad that everything went well. Also, to remind Kiwanians that we have in addition to our Fish Fry that is coming up in a matter of months, we also have in July, so save the date, July 13th, which is a Sunday, we're having our Kiwanis Club of Kingston 3K fun run. This is to raise funds for a very vital piece of equipment for the Bustamante Children's Hospital, and we're looking forward to your support and your participation, and more will be shared as we get closer to that date, but I'm telling you at least 4 months in advance so that you can already put it in your calendar, July 13th, Kiwanis fun run. And as you know, Kiwanis is for the kids, and this is primarily to raise vitally needed medical equipment for the Bustamante Children's Hospital. And then finally, as I mentioned kids, I want to pay homage to our Fortis brothers and our Rabalak brothers as we enter this very important period of boys and girls champ. We know that everybody's attention will be on at the stadium and on the track and field, and we hope that if you didn't go to one of those two schools, that you'll still support your own alma mater, and we'll all celebrate the youngsters as they celebrate their school and their school spirit, and they participate in athletics, which are all very good things for the development of Jamaica and our Jamaica's children. So those are my initial. Sorry, those are my initial remarks.
I think you should commiserate with KC and
Woolmans.
Yes, Yes, and almost. I see if I started down the list, DLG Guttlin, of all the schools, I would never end. So I defer to the top two, but maybe I should have also mentioned the girls' schools and the top two girls' schools.
No. My son went to Wolmer's Boys, so it's Agikwad.
I see. I went to Camden.
Sorry.
You see, you will never end because everybody has their own thing, but I understand. But on that note, we do have greetings from a number of Kiwanians. The first one, distinguished Kiwanians, first of all, our Lieutenant Governor, Sharon Usim, who was unable to attend, but she did send a special message, and I'm going to defer to DLG Willie to share with the meeting our messages from our Lieutenant Governor. Willie, if you could.
Thank you, President Stephen. Gives me great pleasure to bring greetings from Lieutenant Governor Sharon Usim on our 61st anniversary. It says, President Stephen and the members of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, I extend congratulations to you on your 61st anniversary. As the oldest club in Jamaica, you have blazed a trail of excellent service and outstanding leadership. Your contribution to community and national development is without question, and as Lieutenant Governor of Division 23 Central, I am proud to claim you as a member of this great division. I wish for you continued success as you carry out your Kiwanis mission to improve the world one child and one community at a time. As you pause to celebrate this milestone, may your reflections be a source of encouragement that will engender renewed energy to continue to serve with commitment and passion as you navigate this journey of service. Well done, gentlemen. Take a bow. Happy anniversary. Over to you, President.
Yes, thank you, LG Sharon, for those sharing those words and those well wishes with us. We do have greetings from other Kiwanians that we will get into later on in the program, but at this juncture, I'm going to give the opportunity to VP Zuri to welcome and introduce members of visiting clubs who are joining us this evening. I know that a lot of people are here to celebrate with us and who have been part of our Kiwanis journey. So VP Zuri, are you online?
Thank you.
There you are. I see you loud and clear. I see you and I hear you loud and clear. Over to you.
Thank you, President Stephen. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of my Kiwanis brothers of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, let me extend welcome to you to this very special meeting of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston as we celebrate our existence and our service to the children of the world. So I'm going to extend a special welcome to Governor Pam, special welcome to DT Leighton. And so as to not get in any trouble, I'm just going to do groups. So I'm going to say a special welcome to all DLGs on the platform, all distinguished presidents, other distinguished Kiwanians, guests, all welcome to our meeting. And I know you will have a fantastic time as we reflect on our 61 years of service. And now I'm going to give the opportunity to our clubs who are on the platform to bring greetings. And as usual, I'm going to start with Kiwanis clubs outside of Jamaica. Do we have any Kiwanis clubs outside of Jamaica celebrating with us this evening? All right, so I'm going to move to Division 25. Do we have any club in Division 25 that's celebrating with us this evening?
Good evening, VP Zuri, President Stephen, distinguished Kiwanians and distinguished guests and Kiwanians. I'm Director Crystal Heaven from the Kiwanis Club of Montego Bay. And I would like to extend a happy anniversary, 61 anniversary to the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. Continue striving, continue to serve the children of the world, because that is what we stand for and that's what we do best. We have 3 persons on so far. We're looking forward to an exciting meeting, and thank you so much for the invite.
You're most welcome, Director Crystal, and I know you will have a lovely time. Thank you to you and the other members of Montego Bay for joining us this evening. Anyone else in Division 25?
Good evening, VP. Thank you for having us. On behalf of President Kadian of the Kiwanis Club of Westmoreland Capital, we want to offer our heartiest congratulations on celebrating 61 years. We thank you ever so much for accepting the invitation 61 years ago to be a part of this family. As a result, all these clubs all over Jamaica can lift their hats and say, thank you, thank you, thank you. We look forward to a wonderful evening. God bless. All the best. I'm PDT Dwight from Kiwanis Club of Westmoreland Capital.
Thank you, PDT Dwight, and to the rest of the Westmoreland Capital Kiwanis family. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to 61 more years with your support. Division 24. Any clubs in Division 24 celebrating with us this evening?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
President Ashana here from the Kiwanis Club of Charlton, Alexandria. Thank you so much for having me. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary. I haven't been on one of these meetings in forever. I'm just happy that Uncle Willie still loves me. Right, Uncle Willie?
Yeah.
Wishing you all the best for this meeting. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Uncle Willie's love never dies. It keeps growing and growing and getting bigger each time. Thank you. And anybody from the Garden Parish is quite welcome. And we know that once you're from the Garden Parish, you are very good stock. So thanks for joining us. And I know you will have a very good time with us.
Good evening, DP.
Sorry,
good evening, DP.
Good
Right,
evening.
I'd like to say congratulations on your first anniversary at NPG. Just want to say we thank God for this journey and thank you for being a mentor for all of us. So as we continue to serve the children of the world, I say big up to you guys. We are 2 in number, Treasurer Trudy, and I'm President Addison.
Thank you so much. And indeed, to God be the glory. Great, great things he has done. And we look forward to even more years with him pushing us and fueling us on. Anyone else? As I move now to Division 23 East.
Good evening, everyone. I am VP Terrian from the Kiwanis Club of the Great Sunshine City Portmore, and we are sharing a warm welcome and thank you for inviting us, and happy anniversary. Bringing greetings. We are 2 in numbers just now, but I'm sure the numbers will grow. Thank you very much for having us.
You're most welcome, VP Terrian. Anyone else from Division 23 East?
Good evening, everyone. This is LG Sandra Bailey from I'm from Kiwanis Club of Eastern St. Andrew, but of course, you know, today is also our meeting. But I just want to extend heartiest congratulations to the Kiwanis Club of Kingston on your 61st anniversary. And I'm extending this on behalf of all of us in Division 23 East. So I don't know if I'm going to be here for 61 more years, but I know that you're going to continue to serve and to have fun and fellowship over the next few years. So every blessing, keep up the good work. Thank you so much.
Thank you, LG, and all the blessings to you as well. So let's go to
Good
division.
evening.
Missouri.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I
I
am
am
well,
sorry, I
thank
have
you.
a writ against Ralston. He stayed there and I heard him sending best wishes because he's ill. I don't know he's ill. And I have been ill for more than 2 weeks and he has not called me, but we will get to that another time. I bring you
DLG,
very
he will fix
special
that.
greeting. Will he know what I'm saying? But never mind. I
He will
know
fix
I
that.
was hoping my president would be finished. She has 2 meetings on at our club.
I'm
But as
on.
you're on,
I'm on.
please go right ahead. I
I
didn't the
just
last time
jumped
I
on,
looked,
but Miss
I
G, I
sent you.
know.
Please go ahead, President. I want you to bring the greetings from New Kingston because
Well,
they are
good
our
night,
parents.
everyone. Good night, everyone. Congratulations on the 61st anniversary, Kiwanis Club of Kingston. So, yes, this is Sophia Fairman, President, and so very happy to jump on just in time to bring greetings. And I'm not sure how many persons are on because I didn't even get a chance to count. I just jumped onto this meeting, but I know
There are
DLG
7 of us
Gerthin
at
is
the
on.
moment. 7 at the
Um,
moment.
and DP Claudette Carter is on, and I see a number of persons on. So very happy to be joining you and looking forward to your meeting. And congratulations again on your anniversary.
Thank you, President Sophia, and thank you, DLG Gertlin.
Happy anniversary.
Blessings.
Good evening.
Good evening, fellow Kiwanians. This is Secretary Carleen from Kiwanis Club of South St. Andrew. On behalf of President Karen, we bring greetings to you. It's 61 years and 61 years of glory. Happy that you started the trail and we look forward to you serving in your leadership role to guide the rest of Kiwanis clubs in Jamaica. So again, congratulations on this year's 61st anniversary, and we look forward to a wonderful meeting. At present, we are 2 on this call, but I am sure as the meeting progresses, others will join. Thank you again for the invitation.
You're welcome, Madam Secretary, and we look forward to all your members joining and just having a good time with us this evening. And now I think I can now move to Division 23 Central.
There's a party going on right here. A
Hey.
celebration for 61 years. This is President Joan.
Hello,
Hello,
President
VP
Joan.
Gray. I am so happy to be here. And of course, I could not miss our sponsor club, you know, celebrating 61 whole years. Wow. Excellent. We are delighted to be here. We are 2 in number at the moment, and I'm sure more persons will be joining. I have my director on with me. So we look forward to a wonderful, wonderful celebration this evening and great insights on what the vision is ahead.
Thank you. I'm happy you said whole and not old. All right. Any other clubs from Division 23
Yes,
Central?
Yes, good evening, VP Dewey. How are you?
Good evening, President Eurydice.
Okay. I am here bringing you greetings from 23 Central Surrey Online. Congratulations on your 61st anniversary. Continue to do what you do best. Looks good on you all. So at this time, we have a delegation of 4 to include DLG Keith and I'm going to borrow IPLG Desmond. So we'll have 4. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful meeting.
You are welcome and do enjoy your meeting as well.
Yes.
Good evening. This is PVP Mark from the Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew. Happy
Good
61st
evening.
anniversary. We bring you very warm greetings and the hope that you continue to thrive as you impact lives and the children across the world. This evening, we have a delegation of 12 and counting. It's our pleasure being here to share this with you.
And it's our pleasure having you to share with us this evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
VP Zuri, Vice Governor Sharon is on. I don't know if she'd like to say anything.
Past Governor?
Vice Governor.
Vice Governor, thank you.
Okay, just before the Vice Governor come in, DP Zuri, this is DP Paulette from the Kiwanis Club of Friends Across Borders. No others are on their way. And congratulations on 61 years. It's been a trailblazing, and we are thanking you for setting that standard for all of us to come and follow. Happy anniversary, President, and your board and members.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, DP Zuri.
Good evening.
It's not good to speak after your seniors. So if you will allow me, this is District Administrator Odette. And I'd just like to say congratulations on your 61st anniversary serving the children of the world. I'm very proud of you guys in terms of how you deal with your SLPs. And I'm sure for the years to come, you will be doing much more as we serve to cater to the children of the world, ensuring that they're okay and that they are blossoming into the adults that we want them to be. Thank you again on behalf of the builders and the K-Kids in Jamaica for the great work that you're doing in Kiwanis.
You're welcome, and thank you. And we'll do our very best to continue. I think the Vice Governor placed her message in a chat.
Yes, I did, Zuri. Good afternoon or good evening, everyone. So I just want to read what I wrote. So I'm saying congratulations to the hardworking and dedicated men of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston on this their club's 61st anniversary. Thanks to the great work you've done over the years in building communities, improving lives, and growing our Kiwanis family. Well done, well done. We are so proud of you, and the district thanks you for all that you continue to do.
Thank you so much, Madam Vice Governor.
You're welcome.
And with that said, is there any other club in Division 23 Central? And if not, any SLP members online, any SLP who would wish to bring greetings at this time? All right, so do we have
VP Zuri?
Yes, DP Chris.
I believe I saw LG Ingrid from Division 24 online. I don't know if you want to invite her to bring greetings.
Sure. Could you
Hello,
repeat
good
the name?
evening.
LG
Ingrid. Ingrid Palmer from Division 24. It's a pleasure joining with you on your special meeting. You know, we have days when we become frustrated, but days like today we celebrate and we, you know, come together and encourage each other to do another 50 years, 60 years. You know, congratulations on your work that you have been doing. Looking forward to an awesome meeting.
Thank you so much. And I'm sure an awesome meeting we will indeed have this evening. So there are no SLPs. So now I'm going to open the floor to any guests of Kiwanians who are online who would wish to bring us greetings at this time. Well, it seems we're all familiar faces, all familiar people, but nonetheless, we will have a good time as the Kiwanis Club of Kingston celebrate 61 years. Thank you all so much. Again, welcome to our meeting, and I know you will have a fantastic time. Back to you, President.
Thank you, VP Zuri. And again, welcome, a special welcome to everyone here. If I can quickly fit in, I noticed that last week we had induction of 2 new members, Oswald Newell, Kiwanian Oswald Newell, who is joining us for his first official meeting. So welcome, Oswald. there are quite a few people here. I hope Ray J is here also. So welcome to our two new Kiwanians, Ray J Thompson and Oswell Newell, who joined us last week at a very fitting and a very colorful ceremony last week, Tuesday. So moving along the program, we do have apologies for absence. DLG Willie, do you have any apologies, formal apologies that were sent in for this meeting?
Just an apology from Treasurer Harvey Lewis. As you all know, he's in Grand Cayman at this time on work assignment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And in terms of birthdays and anniversaries, I see DP Newton. When I checked the records, I didn't see any Kiwanians other than the entity Kiwanis Club of Kingston that is celebrating a birthday this week. Do you recall if there's any other persons who are celebrating?
Hey, President. Good evening, President Stephen. Good evening, everyone else. Yes, we have not many, but we do have some. PD Vernon Jones celebrates on March 25, his birthday on March 25. And we also have PD Lass Dixon. I think I saw Lass at the Secretariat last week. PD Lass also, he celebrates his birthday on the 27th. And we have Marcia, who is the wife of PD Arturo Stewart, who celebrates her birthday on the 27th. Those are the three we have on our roster. But through you, President Stephen, I would like to just invite anyone on the platform tonight who is celebrating a birthday, a special occasion, something that they want us to share with them. Please just open your microphone and share with us. Anyone?
Yeah, DP Newton, yeah, we come back. We single out DP, I'm sorry, President Christine Heaven, it's her birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, President Christine. One of my favorite presidents. Happy birthday, President Christine. How could I? All right, thank you, DLG Willie.
DP Newton, good evening.
Good
DP
evening.
Dahl is from West St. Andrew.
Yes.
Right. Our president also celebrating today.
So, sorry, you were breaking up. You were breaking up. I didn't hear what you said.
President Claudine Heaven from the Kiwanis of West St. Andrew is celebrating her birthday.
What she was indicating is that President Claudine Heaven from West St. Andrew birthday, so not Chris, Claudine.
Well, I thought Claudine. All right. All right. Thank you for that. So happy birthday to all those who are celebrating this week. And happy birthday to PDT Ralston. He's seeing well again. So I guess that's a special occasion. And at this point, I would want to just quickly say again, welcome to Ozzy Newell, and it's back to you, President Stephen.
Okay. Thank you, DP Newton. Thank you for that recognition of birthdays. We do still have one other very important message. Messages from our own governor, Pam Rodney-White, who unfortunately was unable to be here in person, but she did send her greetings, and I'm just going to share with the members here that message that she sent. So it reads as follows. President Stephen and members of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, as your governor, it is my distinct pleasure on behalf of the Eastern Canada and Caribbean District to bring you congratulatory greetings on your 61st anniversary. As the first Kiwanis Club to be chartered in Jamaica, this incredible milestone is an inspiration to the almost 3,000 members in Jamaica and over 7,000 members in the district. Over the decades, your dedication to creating stronger communities, empowering and nurturing members of our service leadership program has been remarkable. I have been associated with your club for over 1/3 of the years you are in existence. For me, two of the most admirable qualities of your club are being resilient and adaptable to challenges. I recall about 10 years ago, You struggle with membership for various reasons, but this club has always stood on the shoulders of strong men. Today, we pay homage to those who are gone before and blessings on those who are ensuring that the club remains vibrant and fulfills its mission of serving the children and the elderly. A quote from Gregory S. Williams reads, "On the other side of a storm is the strength that comes from having navigated through it. Raise your sail and begin." You adjusted your sails, brought in younger members, and today you're an example of change. Thank you for all that you do for Kiwanis. Here's to 61 years of shaping a better world. Continue to shine and be a motivating force for the younger clubs, both inside and outside of your division. May the years ahead be filled with even greater accomplishments and continued success in serving humanity. Cheers. Your servant leader, Pam Rodney-White, Governor 2024 to 2025, EC&C District. So thank you again, Governor Pam, for those warm greetings. And we're moving from Governor Pam Rodney-White to another distinguished Kiwani on our own as we celebrate those who have achieved significance in the Kiwanis movement. Our own IP, immediate past Lieutenant Governor Desmond Batchelor, who's going to share with us Kiwanis education, a brief history of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. I think I saw IPLG.
Thank you, President Stephen.
Over to you, yes.
Good evening, fellow Kiwanians, SLP members and guests. Happy 61st anniversary to the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. Now, this is the history, a bit of history. In its 49th year of existence, or 61 years ago, Kiwanis International established roots in Jamaica. Alan Talbot, an English insurance executive, suggested that a Kiwanis club be established in Kingston, as he was impressed by the movement in Nassau, Bahamas. On the 17th of January 1964, Frank Melhedo, a Jamaican businessman, met with 10 men at the Sheraton Hotel. He was appointed to chair a steering committee for the establishment of a club in Kingston. The required target was 50 men. By March 24, 1964, 71 men agreed to become charter members of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. The Kiwanis Club of Nassau, just 15 months at the time, was the sponsoring club of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. Kingston, as the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, sought affiliation with the Florida District. This district agreed, but reneged on his promise to accept us. Frank Melhedo approached the Ontario Quebec Maritime District, which welcomed us with open arms. This organization was later renamed Eastern Canada and the Caribbean District. Kiwanis Club of Kingston became the first Kiwanis Club in Jamaica and the 5,224th Kiwanis Club of Kiwanis International. When Kiwanis International President-elect Edward Moylan presented the charter at a banquet May 16, 1964, the membership was 72, but this has grown over the years, and that is it for Kiwanis Education, President Stephen.
Thank you, IPLG Desmond. You have captured our history in a nutshell. Obviously, there's a lot more to Kiwanis Club of Kingston, but I think for those who are uninformed, that gives you a quick synopsis of our journey. And trust me, there's a lot more to be shared in terms of our contribution to Jamaica and to the children and those who are in need. So at this point, I would like to move to our main speaker. And to do the introduction of our guest speaker, we have no other than PDT Ralston Nunes.
Thank you. Thank
Over
you.
to you, Ralston.
Thank you. I trust I'm being heard clearly.
Yes, we are hearing you. Fine.
Thank you. First of all, let me dispel JD Gershlin's assertion that I am ill. I'm not ill. I'm just detained. And I had a eye procedure and I have to remain out of the light, which might be a good thing. Anyhow.
False statement.
President, members of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston and our visitors, a very good evening to you on this very special occasion when we celebrate 61 years. You know, the chances we take in life, because I was asked to do this duty tonight and was told that they are awaiting the speaker's bio. And I understand that the president referred to the speaker earlier as a spirited speaker, which means that he might be slurring his way through the presentation. And, you know, I'm really sure when Leighton was told that I am doing the introduction without a script, he might have shivered or had some other adverse reaction, which happens when someone knows a little too much of you and is not particularly a secretive person. So I finally got the bio, which I summarily discarded, and it was a rehash of all we already know about our guest speaker. So which Leighton will I introduce tonight? The executive in residence at the Mona School of Business and Management, a former territory leader at PricewaterhouseCoopers, Jamaica. Leighton has been chartered accountant with over 30 years experience in the auditing and financial management fields. Or will it be the man who wears an apron occasionally and was recently put outside the door to guard the building? You know, and tell you that he runs his house. But when I look around this group, I see some other men who wear aprons. So I'm sure that Leighton will not feel out of place if I refer to him as the person who wears an apron. Or will it be the person known for assisting young people find pathway to success, who at last check had assisted over 50 youths and became known for helping a family when a video went viral in 2017, and it was of a mother in Bath, St. Thomas, who was beating her child with a machete. Leighton dropped all he was doing and he went out to St. Thomas, stepped in and helped the child to continue her high school journey, and result that she jumped to first place in her class about a year after his personal intervention. And it is something that is remarkable and something that we have never forgotten. His commitment to community was really instilled by his parents while growing up in a district called Kensington out in St. James, a place known for starting plantation fires in difference to the immoral authority of then plantation owners who also own the workers. So the whole revolution started somewhere near Kensington, and he will tell you that there's a plaque up there recording those events. Well, you know, that little district couldn't contain him, so he attended a school out west where the motto is learn or leave. Well, he ended up leaving, but it was only after having learned, and so he ended up at the University of the West Indies, blazing a trail and became known there as DJ Fire. His exploits at the university is subjected to a gag order, and so we will not go further into that. but he transferred the passion and retained the fire when he joined the Kiwanis movement through the Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew. Where Leighton served in all areas, President, Lieutenant Governor, and now he is the outgoing district trustee. If you know Leighton, his typical day has about 30 hours based on the things that he accomplishes within a day. So he starts a day in Kingston and he ends up in Richmond in St. Ann. But between that, he makes stops in Morant Bay, Negril, and Montego Bay. And I recall a certain governor driving with him from Montego Bay to Kingston, and he didn't utter a word because he felt that if his mouth opened, his heart maybe would have jumped out of his body. But Leighton is a motivator. He has become an inspiration to so many, and dedication is passion. He is dedicated to this movement, and that dedication is unquestioned. And he has served the entire gamut of Kiwanis in Jamaica. Leighton will turn up at almost any club in Jamaica as MC for some event, whatever division it is. Once they ask him, he will be there. And the thing is that he will do one in 23 West, and an hour later it's in 23 in Division 24 or something like that. Married to a very understanding and, well, I won't say long-suffering, but remarkable woman. Her name is Noblet. And Leighton has a son, Diego. Now, Diego is a pilot. He flew in the armed forces of the United States, and I am sure that he's now with American Airlines, but Leighton will correct me if I am wrong. But I have been very close to Leighton in a number of different organizations. His approach to life really reminds me, and is captured by Sizzler when he says, rise to the occasion, look at yourself, then say you're strong. No one can stop you. Leighton, to me, is unstoppable. So I want us to welcome my twin brother, my brethren, my friend, the fire. Sometimes the fire dies down, but it have a way of reigniting, and I suspect that tonight is one such occasion. So, President and my fellow Kiwanians, join me in welcoming DLGE Leighton Fire McKnight.
Well, thank you very much, PDT Ralston, my twin. I won't explain that, and I won't attempt to correct anything that you say. You're on point. I'm very happy to be here. The Kiwanis Club of Kingston means a lot to me. Many people would know the history that when I joined this movement, I was first introduced by a past president of this club, DP Winston Clark. He was the one who introduced me to Kiwanis. Those days, Kingston, was meeting at the Hilton Hotel, but it was a lunch meeting, and I was a junior at work those days, and I couldn't do the lunch meeting. So he handed me over to a Glenn Boyne who took me to North St. Andrew, So that's part of it, really. So we have some roots there. So President Stephen and, all the other distinguished members, visitors, everyone, a very pleasant good evening. And I thank my friend Raleigh for his introduction, going all through my youthful days, all the way up in Kensington, where I'm proud. Today is a special day for all of us in Kiwanis as we celebrate the 61st anniversary of our pioneer club, the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. I've chosen to stick to the theme as was demonstrated by DP Stuart Spencer, and it says, reflections and aspirations. So it's two parts. As we all know, anniversaries are times when we reflect on the past, celebrate what is to be celebrated, and also we re-energize for the future. And I think this is what it is about today. Chronological, as you all know, the first real service club in the world for me was Rotary, started in 1905, followed by Kiwanis in 1915, and then Lions the year after. Coming to Jamaica, and I'm going to touch there, the first real service club was the Rotary Club of Kingston that came in 1959. Then the Kiwanis Club of Kingston in 1964, and then the Lions Club of Kingston in 1965. So all three came during that period. So we were actually the second, both internationally and locally. And notice all the clubs came here, starting with Kingston. Both Lions, Rotary, and Kiwanis started with Kingston as their club. Now, it's interesting to note, and I am gonna draw on what our DP Desmond Batchelor said in terms of the history of the club, and I'll come to that. But I think, you know, in terms of reflection, I have to reflect on people like Frank Melado and his team and the pioneers of this movement. And today we hold them a serious debt of gratitude, because I'm saying wherever they are, they must be smiling because of what has transpired with this movement. As you all were told, when we were approached, the founders approached the District of Florida to sponsor a club in Jamaica, and they led our founders down the pathway and then they reneged. So I mean, maybe they thought we were not good enough in terms of who we were at the time. Today I want to share some success stories. I'm a numbers man, and I want to quantify a number of things that we can appreciate where we are today and why we should pay homage and tribute to our founders, because we have excelled. We have done very, very well. Raleigh mentioned, in terms of a song with Sizzler, and I'll mention Chronics. And Kiwanis in Jamaica today can truly say, when I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed. I close my eyes, I think I'm the richest man in Babylon. I've done my best. It applies to Kiwanis. Fellow Kiwanians, Jamaica is Kiwanis country. We are punching way above our weight. Starting with the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, we have blossomed into a powerhouse in the Kiwanis movement. When you look at the Eastern Canada and Caribbean District today, with Eastern Canada and 16 other countries, nobody can doubt who is the undisputed leader. Let me talk you through some numbers. As we speak today in the district, this very Kiwanis movement of Jamaica that was rejected by Florida, and I'm not forgetting it, now boasts, we have 275 clubs roughly in the district, and Jamaica accounts for just about 90 of that, which is about 32% of a district of 17 nations. Jamaica has just under 3,000 members, which is roughly 40% of the 7,500 and something members in the district. Isn't that something? Jamaica has enough to be a district. We're not going down that road, but we are way on our way, are more than qualified to be a district. I share some more stats that maybe you don't know. In Kiwanis International today, we have what we call about 55 districts and provisional districts. The real districts we say is 52, we have said 3 are provisional. But let me just say 55 districts and provisional districts. Of those 55 districts, Jamaica alone has more members than 34 of them. So let that sink in. Jamaica, land we love, has more Kiwanis members than 34 districts or provisional district in Kiwanis International. The largest district is Taiwan. Second is California, Nevada, and Hawaii. And the third is Eastern Canada and the Caribbean district. but Jamaica makes the bulk of that number. So understand that we are standing tall internationally as it relates to the numbers. I want to touch base on leadership because I'm looking at all aspects to show that we are really world beaters. As you heard, we started in 1964. We never had a governor until 1988 when the past governor, Carlton Levy of blessed memory of this club, was the first governor out of Jamaica, right? Out of the Caribbean, as a matter of fact. Fast forward, as of today, 36 years later, we have produced 7 governors or governors to be, right? Which is very, very fantastic. That is like we are doing 1 in 5 right now. If you are to look at the leadership of Kiwanis right now, you see we have an international vice president out of Jamaica, and will be the first female out of the Eastern Canada and Caribbean district to become international president. If you look at our district today leadership, you see that the governor is out of Jamaica, current. And vice governor, year after next, is out of Jamaica, right? When you look at the district executive, including our finance chair, is dominated by Jamaica. So by any stretch of the imagination, we are world beaters in the district and globally in terms of leadership, right? We have had 1 Kiwanis International Foundation president also, which is another milestone, this Jamaica, that was rejected by Florida. When you look at our projects, our track record, because we are about service, you can look again and say, Jamaica is punching way above its weight. As we speak, Jamaica has 104 key clubs, right? Which just under 5,000 members. We have maybe 137 builders and K Kids clubs, 21 CKI. And if you were to check that per capita internationally, you'll understand that again, we are world beaters. Key Club is celebrating 100 years, just celebrated it on Sunday. Started with the Key Club of Sacramento High in 1925. And 100 years, and Jamaica again is a world beater. Fellow Kiwanians, our best project, I tell you, is our SLP. It's the envy of all the other service movement. Rotary, everybody tried to adapt. They try, Lions try with the Leo, Rotary try to interact, but Key Club is the dominant force built by Kiwanis. When you look at structures, just today I was talking to somebody, the LG Willie, about doing some work at the blood bank up at the Chest Hospital, the Blood Connection Center, built by Kiwanis. If you understand the critical need for blood and what that facility is doing for Jamaica now in saving lives, you'll understand the meaning of Kiwanis, the Kiwanis Blood Collection Center. If you were to go down to Bustamante Hospital and see the amount of buildings built by Kiwanis. If you go to the Micro Youth Counseling Center, you see the number of, that structure that was built by Kiwanis. If you think of the Book Club campaign, there are so many things we can think of, built by Kiwanis. Measurably, right now, the way they measure service performance, the biggest thing is what you call a signature project. Who is defending champion for the district and for Kiwanis International? Jamaica. Kiwanis Club of Providence out of Montego Bay was the last winner of that. They won it last year. Okay? And we were in 4 out of the top 6 for the district as it relates to signature project. And I can tell you that this year Jamaica is not going to appear any less. So my fellow Kiwanians, I'm saying in terms of reflection, when you look at where we have come, this movement started by the founders of this club has excelled and can reflect with pride. We can say like Chris Martin, Kiwanis, we're a big deal. We can say like Agent Sasko, where I feel like winning right now. We deserve a trophy right now. Yes, Kiwanis, we have done it. Yes, our founders, we have done you proud. Yes, we have embarrassed the Florida men who never thought we were good enough. I say thank you for all that you have done. Fellow Kiwanians, our history is great, and we celebrate. But I've always said to people, anytime you celebrate too much of the past, you become a museum. So while we have a lot to celebrate, we have to re-energize because there's work to be done. I was talking to my aunt on Sunday, and she was like, Lord, let me ready for the Lord, take me now. I said, Aunt, hear me now. The Lord is not ready for you. Your work on earth is not yet done. And I'm saying it to us as Kiwanians, our work as Kiwanians is not done. And we are to use that past, those illustrious numbers, those achievements that I've just mentioned as a platform to go forward with vigor. Yesterday, the headline of the Observer newspaper, check it, all was on the front page was children in crisis. Child care and protection cases dominate children's court welfare and listing. I commit that article to you. That's all it said. Nothing else is on the front page yesterday. Children in crisis. That's a call to Kiwanis, because believe it or not, we pride ourselves in serving the children of the world, changing the world and for the better, in a positive sense, one child, one community at a time. Yes, as one of my DJ Supercat would say, me no Alaf is Matt, me no Alaf is Sue, me no Alaf is Matthew, ma neither you look. Cry me a cry for the youth. There's a cry for Jamaican children. It's not pretty with a lot of them. The report yesterday is very detailed in terms of the number of children that have been brought before the courts because they are not being cared for. They are being abused. Some of them have behavioral challenges because they have no role models. They are not being raised by parents who are qualified to be parents. There's a void, fellow Kiwanians, that we have to fill. Don't get daunted. I've always said, let's not worry about what we can do or what others are not doing. Let's do what we can do. Touch a life, change the life of a child for the better. Currently, as the Ralston mentioned, I deal with a lot of children. I'm dealing with a case right now where this young lady, bright like hell, don't know her mother, never met her mother, abandoned her when she was 2 months old, left her with the father who is trying. This girl straight ones at CSEC, but she has a lot of baggage. Suicide. She attempted suicide last year. Had to be up at the hospital, took an overdose of tablets. Mentally disturbed because of her circumstances. Mentally disturbed because she never had the love of her mother. If you want to get her angry, just mention my mother. I've taken her to my friend Agrahans. He has been seeing her free of cost for quite a while, and we are trying to get her to turn the corner. A challenge, and she's not the only one. I have another one in St. Anne, similar situation. Don't know her mother, right? So we have an issue with fathers, but believe me, it's not only fathers, right? Our children are in a parental crisis. I recall a few years ago, I was speaking to somebody at UWI, and you know, I was begging a space for a youngster on hall, to go on hall. And Mr. Hamilton, who's in charge at Taylor Hall, he sounded a little down. And when I said to him, what's happening? I was begging for this youngster who wanted the law to get a room. He saying he didn't want to bother me. The long and short of it, he told me that he had this youngster who was one of his brightest students, the first person out of the family to go to high school and now on to university and was on the vice chancellor's list. But police held him with gunshots. When I investigated and I asked what happened, I won't go through the story in detail. But when I asked him about the youngster, I realized that I knew the youngster because I was guest speaker there the year before, and he did the vote of thanks. Very bright young man. What happened to that young man? He's from a poor family. He was hungry and needed money, and he had a bad brother, a gunman brother out in Harborview area, Rockford area. He went over there to get some money. The brother, being under surveillance by the police, decided that he had some shots to move. And he didn't want to move it because he figured the police would track him and hold him. So he gave his brother, who is at the university, the shots to carry. The police had him under surveillance right through. So the police intercepted the youngster with the shots and arrested him. When I heard about the case, I said, oh my God, what's going to happen? I remember Warren Buffett says when he looks for good employees, he looks for three things. He looks for young people who are enthusiastic, young people who are bright, and young people who have integrity. He says, you see, if they have the first two, they have brightness, that's intellectual capability, and they have what you call energy, and no integrity. What you have is an energetic and bright criminal, right? So I reflected and I said, you know what's going to happen? This youngster is going to be put away in jail, lose his university status, and when he is put out 4 or 5 years' time, he's just going to join the bad brother. And then the bad brother going to have a bright criminal to help him out. So the Lord said to me, no, try and help him. So I got a good friend of mine, it's a lawyer named Linton Walters. And I said, Linton, I needed to help me with that case. And we spoke. And to condense the story, Linton went, met with the youngster, and he came back and he said to me, boy, I agree with him, I could try and save him. He said, I tell you what, because I had a good handle with the police. He said, you talk to the police about your help. I saw the police today, his name is Arthur Brown, who's a senior as you. And I am going to take him to a judge. As he says, you know the judge, but I'm not going to tell you so. And we're going to give the judge a story that we will take care of this boy. We will, he'll have to plead guilty and, you know, he'll be fined, but no criminal record, anything, he'll be released in our custody. And fellow Kiwanis, that's exactly what happened. The Friday, I never forget it, he called me and he said, Leighton, mission accomplished. The judge fined him $20,000 and we paid it and released him in our custody. About half an hour after, I got a call from the youngster. He said, Mr. McKnight, I'm out, sir. I said, where are you? He said, I know you're out. He said, where? I said, where are you? He said, in Halfway Tree, sir. I said, where are you going? He said, Rockford. I said, no, you are not going back to Rockford. You find yourself up to the university. He said, but the police, them have my phone and my bag, sir. I said, I'll go get the bag and the phone, and I'll take you up to take it up to the university later. Fellow Kiwanis, he went up to the university. I spoke to the super and I got his phone and I got his bag. I went up to him that same Friday evening and he came out and he said to me, thank you, Mr. Man. I said, listen to me. I don't want any thank you, you know. As you realize what happened, it was 55 shots they caught him with. I said, 55 shots could be 55 lives. You would have gone anywhere between 4 to 5 years hard labor. But the thanks I want, it's a couple years from now, I want to be able to take you back to the judge and the police and show them what you have done with the chance that we are giving you. He said, yes, sir. Believe it or not, his worthless brother contacted him after to wanting my friend Linton to represent him. I would tell him no way. Matter of fact, we should have sent him to prison, trying to, you know, really spoil such a bright boy's future. But the story ended very well, fellow Kiwanis, because I went to a client and the youngster was there, and I can tell you he's not a chartered accountant. And I'm saying one less to worry about. You understand? Because sometimes, you know, we get daunted and say it's only one more. It's one less to worry about. And many of you know, I have many of those stories I could share. But all I want to share is that our aspirations coming out of the reflection is to make Jamaica a better place for children. So that's my charge, that we live up to that motto. Serve the children of the world. Reach out. Save a child. I believe that children are our future. Treat them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride. You know the song. So I'm not going to detain you. So as I say, as we celebrate the past, with good reason to be proud and be thankful. We look back on our fathers with a debt of gratitude. But we go forward by saying we are going to pay it forward as a sense of servitude. So, as Aswad said, let's give a little love. Let's give a little hope. Let's make this little world a little better. Try a little more, harder than before. Let's do what we can do together. Heal the world, Kiwanians. Let's make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. I thank you.
President.
Yes, PDT Ralston.
Hey, please, I indulge me. I just want to jump in on what my brother said about blood collection earlier.
Yes.
And just to indicate, while we have a captured audience, that the 5 LGs across the island are in the midst of planning a blood collection drive. We want, just like our Lions is synonymous with site-related issues, we are hoping that Kiwanis will become likewise synonymous with blood collection. And we already have a blood collection center dedicated by Kiwanians. So it's a work in progress. I'm just putting in a plug so that persons are guys. We are hoping to kick off something in May, early May. All right, thank you.
Thank you, PDT Ralston. And thank you also, DT Leighton. But to give the proper recognition for your speech, I'm going to hand over to DP Dalma to do the vote of thanks.
Thank you, President Stephen. Fellow Kiwanians, guests, it's really a pleasure for me to be asked to give the vote of thanks to the most inspiring presentation we have had for a very long time. Leighton has really carried us through an inspiring and revealing history of Kiwanis in Jamaica. We built, we have made an impact, and we continue to do so. But, as he pointed out, we still have a lot more work to do, and we need to join hearts and hands and make Kiwanis even more successful, more impactful, and a greater benefit to the island of Jamaica. And in fact, I think from what we have heard, we're not talking about just Jamaica, but to make the whole Kiwanis movement more impactful, more successful, more known, and really make a big, big difference to the people of the world. And as we say, we are changing the world, but we are actually doing it one child, one community at a time. When I was asked to give the vote of thanks for this presentation, I said, hey, it's an easy task. Everybody know Leighton. Everybody know he does a great job. But we still are learning a lot, Leighton. And we really thank you, not just for this presentation tonight, but for the role you have played, the impact you are making on the Kiwanis movement. We have a certificate which we'd like to pass to you. But I was just reflecting, I don't think you can find any space on your wall to put another plaque, another certificate. You must have a whole house made out of them. But I won't keep it. I'll pass it to you as soon as possible. I wish we had a face-to-face meeting where I could get a nice picture with you presenting this nice certificate to you. But let me just stop here and say to you, we really thank you for this presentation.
And I don't think we could have a better presentation to mark the 61st anniversary of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. Leighton, we really thank you. On behalf of President Stephen and the members of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, thank you for your presentation this evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, DP Dalma, and thank you, PDT Leighton, for your presentation. And our recognition of the club continues. And I'm now going to invite DP Rupert to pay a tribute to our past presidents of this distinguished organization at this time.
Thank you, Prez. This is a tribute to all the past presidents who have served the Kiwanis Club of Kingston over 61 years. President Stephen, Vice Governor Sharon Williams, District Trustee Leighton McKnight, District Administrator Audit, Lieutenant Governors, former presidents of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, Kiwanians from all over Jamaica and the world, SLPs, friends and well-wishers, good evening. It's a distinct pleasure and honor for me to be asked to give this tribute to our past presidents. You know, the journey of Kiwanis in Jamaica is the journey of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. And over these past 61 years, 51 different gentlemen have served as president. Some people have doubled up. You know, I like to think that sometimes the Kiwanis Club of Kingston is like a ship on the ocean. And as we take our journey, as we make our journey, different captains take over the steering of the ship to make sure everything is okay. And there are times when different people served more than once. To make this tribute easier because of the length of time and the number of persons who have served, I've broken it down into the time into decades. So I'm looking at decade number 1, from 1964 to 1970. We're like Jamaica, the Kiwanis Club of Kingston was in a time of new beginnings. We just had our independence and we were in a world of wonder. We were dreaming, we were desiring so many things. And among the great men, and by the way, I won't be able to call all the names who served because all these 59 gentlemen, it would have taken me quite a while to call all the names. But from that first decade, we must remember people like Frank Melhedo and Dudley De La Pena. A few years ago, we were privileged to have Dudley De La Pena visiting with us. He lives in Canada, and I know he's the only one coming from that first decade that we had with us recently. Decade number 2, from 1970 to 1980. This was a time when people like, and how can we forget that name, Carlton Levy, Milton Weller, Winston Clark served as presidents, among others. There were 4 presidents in the first decade between 64 and 1970, 11 between 1970 and 1980. In decade number 3, we had 10 presidents. I don't know if he's online, but it was during this time that we had DLGE Trevor Christian serving as president. People like Michael Enriquez, DLGE Stan Dunwell, Warwick Bogle, Arturo Stewart, and others. Decade number 4, 1990 to 2000, 10 presidents. People like the distinguished one, Jeff Mesado, the quiet one, Evan Brown, and the talkative one, DP Stuart Spencer, Lloyd Barnett. They served as presidents in between 1990 and 2000. Decade number 5, this is a period from 2000 to 2010. We have the Venerable William Reason and the big man in the house, Christopher Robinson, and the lesser of the two Spencers, Earl Spencer. And for me, one person that made, well, two persons that really made some impression on my life. The better one I'm going to name first, Norris Crooks. And the one who is good but not the better one, Ralston Nunes, served as president, among others. Decade number 6, from 2010 to 2020, we had 12 people serving as presidents. Charles Sims, Norris Crooks, the late Norris Crooks again, and people that I'm more acquainted with and people that we see around these days, DP Marcel Boyce, again, the Venerable one, William Reason, served again as president. Dalma James, Gian DeMel, and one Major Richard Reese, they all served. And finally, in the 7th decade, because we are in the 7th decade of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, I know people like LG Desmond Batchelor, DP Paul Peart, DP Junior Stewart, and one Newton Ramdal, who was just elevated to the ranks of DPs. This tribute is really a tribute to your commitment, your dedication, and your hard work. Thanks for your time and your treasures. Thanks for your amazing support and service. Thanks for leading us when the road was really rough and rugged sometimes, and you never give up. You led the club through good times, through bad times, through uneven times, and here we are today celebrating 61 years. Some of you gentlemen have gone on to be LGs and DLGs and DLGEs, District Trustee 1, Ralston Nunes, President of Kiwanis, Jamaica, and the first governor that we had from Jamaica of the EC&C district came from our club. Some of you gentlemen have reigned like Louis XIV, and we call you great. We always talk about some of the great gentlemen in Kingston. And we just want to thank you for sharing your greatness with the lesser mortals of us. A number of you have served more than once. But this evening, if there is one person that, as I said, I don't know if he's there, the LGE Trevor Christian, who's coming from 1981-82. We would really like to raise our hands to you, or glasses to you, whatever we have, as a representative of the great group of presidents of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, saying thanks for embodying the objects of Kiwanis International. You gave primacy to the human and the spiritual, rather than the material values of life. You all encouraged the daily living of the golden rule and the relationships we had with the young people, with our communities, with society. You taught us as members of the club to promote and make our efforts applicable to the nation's building in our social, business, and professional lives. In your examples to us, by precept, word, the way that you led us, you provided us stepping stones to move on from one project to another, from one year to another, and we want to tell you thanks. Some of you almost run us into the ground with the number of projects that we had to do. But thank you so much. You have allowed us to shine in Jamaica as Kiwanians, at the Kiwanis Club of Kingston as Kiwanians. And I would want us to remember the days when all the members of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston were called gentlemen of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. So on behalf of all the gentlemen of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, this is a lasting tribute to all our past presidents. I say on their behalf, thank you. May God bless you. May you continue to serve, and may we continue to follow in your steps. Thank you very much.
Thank you, DP Rupert, and also thank you for you also for your presidency during the year. Let's give him a round of applause. And to all, and by extension to all our distinguished presidents and past presidents who have rightly served the community and our children and our SLPs, and made the Kiwanis Club of Kingston the distinguished organization that it is today. It is on the foundation and on the backs of all of these leaders, and as well as their supporting secretaries and chairmen and directors who over the years have made Kiwanis Club of Kingston what it is today. So kudos and congratulations to each and every one, and to all of those members who are here joining us. It was only be possible through your support and your guidance over the years. So thank you one and all for all of that. Our program continues with a musical item by one of our sponsor clubs, President Joan Phillips-Bennett. President Joan, I noticed this meeting you started off in your non-traditional singing, which sounded quite well, but I know you normally introduce yourself with a papadana. So I'd like to take the chance to introduce President Joan, who's going to share with us a musical item as part of the celebration.
Thank you, President Stephen.
You're welcome.
And I want to share a secret with you. I was here messaging some of your colleagues because when DT Leighton started off his inspiring presentation, which was awesome, he shared the song that I was going to sing. And I remember VP Zero was like, well, you know, that's the Holy Spirit, you better sing it. So I'll be singing Chronix I Can, because it takes you from where you were to where you're going. All right? And I invite everybody to rock and groove with us. All right?
Yeah.
61 years, Kiwanis Club of Kingston. Yeah. When I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile. Sometimes I feel like the richest one in Babylon. You've done your best, so everything is all right inside. Oh, every morning I rise and stare at the sun. I know that it is a blessing. So when the evening comes, I lift up my hands to the hill. I'm blessed, oh man. with my two hands in the air as far as I can. Yes, as far as I can. Ooh, ooh, as far as I can. Okay, as far as I can. Ooh, every morning I stare at the sun. Kiwanis Club of Kingston. When evening comes, yeah, yes. Lift up your heads to the hills, you're blessed, oh man. Ooh, ooh, ooh. But guess what? Sometimes you're lost and far from home, but you'll find your way. Just follow your heart and know you'll be found someday. While you're lost, you'll learn and live. What do you say? Have a good time until that day. Oh, every morning you stare and stare at the sun. It is a blessing when evening comes. I lift up my eyes to the hills. I'm blessed, oh man. With my two hands in the air as far as I can. Get gas as far as I can. Ooh, I can. With my two hands in the air as far as I can. Every morning, stare at the sun, 'cause it is a blessing when evening comes. I lift up my eyes to the hills. You're blessed, oh man. 61 years, as far as you can. Yes, and you'll be going as far as you can. As far as you can. With my two hands in the air and blessed, oh man. Ooh, oh. If you can, you just open your cameras and celebrate with us.
Yeah.
61 years.
Yay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yay.
Yes, with my two hands in the air as far as I can. Ooh, ooh. I'm blessed, oh man. With my two hands in the air as far as I can.
Hey.
Oh.
Real nice, nice.
Happy 61st.
Thank you, Joan. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Joan.
Joan. That was great.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
It was very inspirational and right on key and the right tone following Leighton's presentation. It was both aspirational and inspiring and great singing, I enjoyed it a
Thank
lot.
you.
Thank you.
I won't tell you same claim to be the artist manager too. You know, I just want to leave that one alone.
All right. Thank you, Joe. Glad to see you back on a platform and sharing that musical selection with us. Moving
Thank
along,
you.
we continue our celebrations, and I think it's only apt that we have another distinguished president as a Sergeant at Arms, DP Chris Robinson, who is going to join us.
Thank you, President.
Bring it
Thank you,
in.
President Stephen.
You're welcome, sir. Go ahead.
So tonight is supposed to be a happy night, and you know, so let me just tell you now that I am given an exemption from all fines to persons who are not yet presidents of this club. So the persons who are not yet presidents, you don't have to pay the fine tonight. However, for the presidents, and I have a few specific fines for some of our presidents tonight. Right? And I have to start with, that I'm a sergeant at arms. Well, I think I probably can take on the role as sergeant in the Jamaica Constabulary Force tonight, because DP Marcel I was driving behind your vehicle the other night, and I noticed that one of your backlights are out, which is an offense under the Road Traffic Act, right? So, for the fine that I'm saving you, because if you had to go, if the police had charged you, you may have had to fine $5,000. But as is you, and as a past president of this club, I'll only charge $100 as your fine for tonight for driving, with one of your backlights not working properly.
Cars behind me.
Oh, you mean the police?
And I keep seeing in another group that I'm on, people inquiring about the good health of our past district trustee. And one of the things which we were told is that he's not supposed to be anywhere near his phone or computer or anything which might require him to be using his eyes to a great extent. And tonight I even heard something which was totally shocking, and I know that his friend DT Leighton will also be shocked when I hear he said that he at this point in time he can no longer be in the light. And we know, and I know Leighton will understand, and there are some other people here will understand that a man like him ought not to be saying something like that he cannot be in the light. So again, Ralston, I think you may have to pay for those offenses. Now, I was last week, I was going to impose a fine. I believe that I ought to have done some research before I impose this fine. Because last week at our meeting, and I don't know the reason, but for the first time since I have been a member of this club, and for the over 30 years, this is the first time I'm seeing that a club meeting started half an hour late.
Yes.
So where Kingston Club is concerned, that is a big no-no. That don't happen in Kingston Club. And so normally we wouldn't have to find the president, but since protocol doesn't allow us to find the president, his trustworthy secretary is required to pay a fine of $300 for allowing our meeting to start all of half an hour late last week. It mustn't happen again. Can't happen again. All right, so you pay on behalf of your president, DLG, really, for that misdemeanor.
And show it so.
No.
That is
last week meeting wasn't because of Stewie being late with his Zoom link. That was it was an in-person meeting, and so Stewie can't be blamed for anything this week. Now, as I said, I'm only confining my fines this week to our past presidents, and for those other past presidents who have not yet, I have not yet mentioned, and due to the fact that I'm trying to keep it short and precise, all I'm saying is that all the other persons here who have had the privilege of leading our club over these past 61 years, that you need to dig deep in your pockets and come up with enough money. And again, my thing is $300 for all the past presidents, and we'll be able to come up with $10,000 quite easily for the kitty, which can be used for a worthwhile project. So with that, President Stephen, I'm gonna quit for tonight. I don't have any appropriate jokes. I got one today, but I know that if I was to give that joke, Mike Enriquez would leave his grave immediately to come and banish me. So I cannot repeat that joke on air. So that is fun start for tonight, President Stephen.
Thank you, DP. Thank you, DP. Chris, and just to add, all of those who were fined, we're asking you that you make the payment to our administrative account, our Kiwanis Club of Kingston administrative account. We trust that you know exactly what the particulars are and that you can wire the appropriate funds into the account, and we will recognize it. We need it. We need it to continue to pay for or fund a lot of our projects and our administrative costs. So we look forward that the fines that were levied this evening are duly enforced and paid over.
President Stephen.
Go ahead, PD Ralston.
You gave a very touching tribute earlier in the program, and I think for those of us who are here, I just want to respond on their behalf to say that we are touched, and as past presidents, we have served this club at various times, and you know it's a relay, and we were proud to have run our leg. It has been challenging. The club has been through ups, downs, and over the past couple of years, we have brought some younger persons into the club, and therefore we are willingly passing on the baton, but we remain in the wings, ready to assist and to guide and give advice when necessary. So on behalf of my fellow presidents, both those here and those who are home, we want to thank you for your recognition, and we look forward to continue our service. Thank you.
Indeed. And there's no greater gratitude that we can give the current administration than to respect your contribution and build on top of it. So thank you for those kind words. Let's move now to notices and announcements. I'm going to hand over to DLG Willie if there are any announcements from Kingston and or any interclub opportunities that you would like to share at this time.
Thank you, President Stephen. Before I do that, let me just mention two persons that are on the call this evening that I saw District Governor, or past District Governor, distinguished Governor, Mary Clark was on the call, and the wife of, she's also Kiwanian, of Brother Wong from Global Alliance. That was his wife, Tina, was on the call. So it's nice to have a member of the newly formed Kiwanis Club. In terms of announcements, I have 3 or 4. First of all, let me remind members that we have a fundraising meeting at my house on Thursday at 6:30. We have to be discussing the annual Barbie Fry, which is set for Friday, June 6th. You notice that it's early June rather than end of May, being that we end of May, some of our Kiwanians and our members will be in Niagara Falls. Just to mention also that we have an invitation from Marlon Sims, the Artistic Director for National Dance Theatre Company, inviting 2 or 3 of us to their season of dance on Easter Monday at 6:30 a.m. Or at least it's Easter Sunday at 6:30 a.m. And in that respect, he has indicated whether we should reserve a date he has set for 19th of July for Bennett performance. The cost of the house, which is 500 people, but they retain 130, so we end up with 350 tickets, is $400,000, but something we need to discuss on Thursday. I would just remind the members again, save the date, as the president indicated, putting a lot of effort into this one, along with Vice President Zuri Johnson, our 3K fun walk run on Sunday, the 13th of July. I think that is just a reminder, though, that those of you who are still planning to go to district convention, it is still at the end of May, 27th to 31st of May. Registration, early registration are closed, but ongoing registration. We have a flight from Air Canada from Kingston to Toronto on the 27th, and the cost of the flight return is 135,000 Jamaican dollars. That's all for now. In terms of interclubbing opportunities, I will circulate the schedule tomorrow insofar as the interclubbing opportunities are. That's all for now. President Stephen, you may want to invite other members from other visiting clubs, see if they have any announcements, and certainly do. And over to you, sir.
That I will do. Thank you again, DLG Willie. And I hope our members noted some of those activities and participate accordingly. At this time, we'd like to invite any of our visiting clubs who have any announcements. I'd like to afford you the opportunity on this platform to share with us your upcoming events or anything you'd like to share this time. Go ahead, President Joan.
Thank you, President Stephen. I, President Joan, would like to extend a warm invitation to you all, as well as our colleagues online, our fellow Kiwanians, to join us this Saturday, our first ever face-to-face meeting that will be held at the College of Beauty Services at 6 p.m. The flyer has been circulated. I will keep circulating it. And it is going to be a wonderful meeting as we are raising funds for our project. We have a renovation project that is ongoing at the Alvernia Prep as well as Jamaica National Children's Home. So we invite everyone. The cost is only $1,500. And there will be, it's called Groove Therapy, and there will be, as the name suggests, entertainment galore. And you will have yours truly singing. You will have LGD Michael performing. We have guests from other, visitors, prospects who will be sharing their talents. So we invite everyone to come out, bring a friend, bring a family members, and share with us at our first face-to-face meeting as an online club.
Who's the MC?
Joan, I would also ask you that you put the details in the chat. So
I will. And how could I forget?
And time and location.
The MC is none other than the dynamic, entertaining, energetic Sarge in charge, VP Zuri.
All right. All right, President Joan, sounds exciting. I feel the energy. I feel the energy. And I encourage everybody who can, please come out and support Nation Builders on their...
Say the date again. Say the date again.
March 29th, this Saturday.
Right.
Oh, this Saturday. Okay.
Yes.
Put the details in the chat for us, please, Joan, and
we'll do.
Try and support you. And
thank you so much.
Any other clubs?
Yes, President Stephen.
Yes.
On behalf of President Kenton, the Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew extends an invitation to its 51st anniversary and induction. And this will be held on March the 27th. And it's at the Police Officers Club, and activities begin at 6:30. So we look forward to having your support.
Indeed, you will have your support. So go out and support us, Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew, Police Officers Club. Thank you, PVP Mark. We will definitely support. Any other clubs having any announcements at this time?
So, President Stephen, just again, you said it earlier, but sensitizing the clubs, and we'll be flooding the airways with sensitization posters,
Right.
promoting the All Island Blood Collection Drive. So, on behalf of the 5 lieutenant governors, we just want us to. It's not just for Kiwanians, but friends of Kiwanians, whosoever you can bring, because we understand the need for blood. Just to say that we had a senior Kiwanian who appealed for blood recently, and successfully, coincidentally, it happened while we were having our planning meeting. So we were able to get the ball rolling, and he got the blood. So, it's very important.
It is.
So you'll hear more about it in the weeks to come.
Okay. All island. So it's not restricted to Kingston at all. All the clubs can participate. And by extension, any member of the public. Again, final call, any club that would like to share any event coming up?
Yes, President Stephen. Good
Go ahead.
evening.
Good evening, Director
everyone.
Crystal.
Good evening again.
Go
The
ahead.
Kiwanis Club of Montego Bay will be having our Easter raffle. Cost per ticket is 300 Jamaican dollars. First prize, password to a Choco Ocean Outpost Sandy Bay. Second prize, password to Choco Eco Explorer Good Hope Estate. And third prize, password to Rose Hall Great House Night Tour. The draw date is on April 24th at 6:30 at Rada Complex in Montego Bay. That's in Catherine also. You can contact any member from the Kiwanis Club of Montego Bay to get your tickets. Thank you so much, and it was an awesome meeting. Thank you. Back
Thank
over
you,
to you, President.
Thank you, Director Crystal, and also to members of Kiwanis Club of Montego Bay. Please support them. And I would encourage you to also put it in the chat so that people can get the further details as to the event. Last call for announcements. Going once, going twice. I'm going to, as the last item, we're going to now ask DP, another distinguished president and another stalwart of the club, DP Marcel, to share with us thoughts of the week.
Thank you, President. And I'm one happy DP this evening. Yes, because it's been a tremendous meeting, extraordinary. It wasn't just a presentation, man. This was a message, inspirational. It was almost like a sermon. And then we had tremendous entertainment and the tributes. And I just want to echo, before I give my thought, echo the sentiments expressed by, as a past president, PDT Ralston, that among the past presidents, it was my honor and privilege to have been such, and enjoy still being a member of this great club. Thought for the week, in keeping with all that we have heard. Here we go. Don't be afraid to start over again. This time, you aren't starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. Continue to have a wonderful experience, everyone.
Thank you, DP Marcel. Thank you. And I will just bookend your comments that I also enjoyed this meeting. The vibe was good, especially I think PDT Leighton's presentation was inspirational, and that's what Kiwanis is about. So I thought it was quite fitting for this meeting. And we thank everybody who was here and joined us, and all of the contributors, including President Joan and others, all made it possible. This is what service is about. This is what Kiwanis is about. And that's why we're 61 years strong, 61 years older. And we thank you all for celebrating with us. Cheers and thank you. And to close off, I would just like to ask you if you have a a glass, a virtual glass or a real glass, to raise it and wish a toast to Kiwanis International and Jamaica land we love.
And we love.
Cheers.
Land
I
we love.
hereby terminate this meeting of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. But I encourage everybody to stay online so that we can share in some fellowship and good times. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. And remember, every Tuesday at 7 o'clock, Kiwanis Club of Kingston has their meeting. And this is the same kind of energy that we try to maintain week after week. Thank you, everybody, and safe journey back home, those of you who are still on the road. Cheers, cheers.
Good meeting, President.